Hey Dumplies, it's Dave Desai. Today I want to get into J-Hope's new teaser and what may have happened on set. I also want to talk about Jimin and people believing this hints towards the alleged BTS break. I also want to get into a brand that people are saying mistreated BTS and what happened there. So hater or not, make sure you're subscribed with the notification bell on. Grab your dumplings, he's spilling bug merch, and let's get into it. The first thing that I need to talk about is this brand and apparently what they did. If you aren't aware, BTS members are all ambassadors of Samsung. They're ambassadors of a lot of brands. Now, of course, BTS is all pursuing more solo activities. That doesn't mean that several of their group contracts have just been dissolved. They still have several obligations as a group to fulfill those contracts, and there's going to be several brands that still need them to make an appearance together. So we will still get photos and stuff of them, I am sure. We might even see more Koei ads of them all together, and I want to get into that more later. But Samsung is one of the brands that the group signed on, and Samsung has a right to use BTS in any sort of marketing that they deem fit and good for their brand. Samsung was doing this fun little campaign where they showed the silhouette of some of the members and they had ARMY guess who the member was based on that silhouette. It's pretty hard to guess, I would say, because you can't see much and you're only basing the guess off of maybe the specific body shape of a member or just knowing that a specific person might have a certain hairstyle and you can guess that hairstyle from the shape. But I felt like a bit of a fake fan because I couldn't tell. However, it seemed like a lot of people couldn't tell because they held a poll and the correct answer did have the most votes, but not by that much. So it seemed like a lot of people also found it hard too. Now this was all fine. I think ARMYs were very excited to play and guess, but the issue came when Samsung made another tweet to give the answer. They posted revealing one of them being RM and the other being Jin. Except they woke up to a storm on their social media, or maybe it was midday for them, but the issue was that they accidentally called Jin RM. And their tweet to reveal Jin, they had Jin's picture, but they didn't give the correct name. Some ARMYs were really upset and so many people went ahead and called Samsung out, ranging from people now buying Apple to people yelling that Samsung is mistreating BTS. I feel so bad for the social media person running the account because although I did see a lot of ARMYs who were respectful and said, hey, I think you got the name wrong, hope you fix it, but there were a lot of people saying that they would just not buy Samsung anymore. And this isn't the CEO running the account, usually. It's an employee who is probably underpaid with like 50,000 things to do. What appeared to have happened wasn't that the social media person didn't know the difference between RM and Jin. It appeared like they tweeted out the first tweet to reveal RM and they just copied and pasted that tweet for the tweet to reveal Jin. And I can almost vouch for this because they made the same spelling mistake in the second tweet when it is supposed to say hashtag make nights epic and they misspelled that. And ultimately after the backlash, they deleted the tweet and they reposted and corrected the name and fixed that tweet with all the correct spelling. So it wasn't that they didn't know who Jin was, it was just a mistake. And if Samsung was a terrible company and extremely strict, these comments would have gotten a tired social media person fired or have a strike or something. And it's not necessary to be rude in order for them to change or fix a mistake. This isn't mistreatment, it's just a mistake. I am still excited to see that all BTS accounts are still active and the brands are still tagging BTS everywhere. It's very nice. As I've mentioned before, BTS still has their big hit contract they need to fulfill and several other brand obligations that they can't just up and leave. Even if they all pursue solo work, they still have to come back together and fulfill those things like commercials and stuff some brands want them all together to do. Big Hit had announced previously that the members are not disbanding but just adding solo work to their list of duties, and this makes a lot of sense because legally they're not allowed to just leave their several contracts, nor would they want to because these are probably multi-million-dollar contracts. We've seen all the members take advantage of the members going solo. I think I was definitely expecting some of the members to take a lot of time off. I think specifically Jin and RM. Jin had spoken about being really burnt out previously before, and RM talked about during the infamous dinner festa that he didn't know what direction to lead the group, and so those two needed a nice vacation to clear their heads, and that's what they did. We already know what Jungkook and J-Hope are doing, and they are pursuing their solo music careers now. Taeyang has been in Paris modeling. I'm sure he will release some music too, but I hope he takes time to explore modeling and acting. I think he'll be great at it. Suga has also been reported to be working on a mixtape, but he hasn't been in the news, I don't think. But we do believe he's working on music. And Jimin just hasn't been in the news at all or really talked about. There hadn't been paparazzi, and Jimin typically doesn't post much on social media. So what has he been up to recently? Well, Jimin did post something on Weverse, and it was very interesting. He posted his 7 tattoo. This is the members' friendship tattoo, and also a sign to ARMY that all of them don't hate each other. And the idea of hating each other is not the reason for their quote-unquote break, which is very different from other groups that have pursued solo careers. Jimin talked about how initially he wanted to show ARMY the tattoo when he was on stage and he's holding a mic, because that's how typically we notice tattoos on the members anyway. They usually come out on stage and they'll wear short sleeves or whatever, and they'd be photographed, and that's how we see it. I think it's so cool that he's aware of how we spot the members' tattoos, but every member had already posted a formal picture, so I'm glad Jimin decided to do that as well. He mentioned how it might have been too small to be spotted on his finger while on stage. Jimin also spoke about BTS coming back together in 2030 to be part of the Busan Expo, and this is a big deal to ARMY because it was an official date that not only did the company confirm, but now a member confirmed too, which means that it's not just an obligation that the company is putting on them, but a sign that the members are excited to come back together in 2030. Jimin expressed how he is very much looking forward to it, and some people took this as a sign that Jimin never wanted to be apart from BTS and still imagined and looked forward to the day they come back together. It also showed and hinted towards the real reason they did go solo, which had nothing to do with the individual members or conflict, but them all just wanting to explore and be creative on their own and to find their own path. Jimin talks about how grateful he is to be a part of the Busan 2030 event, and he feels really happy that he'll get to see ARMY again in 2030. Now, there's been a lot going on and a lot of drama happening. J-Hope has been releasing his new music video teaser, and the internet went crazy. I cannot believe the teaser was finally out. The new music video called More will be released in a few days, and the internet is ready. The vibes to this song are crazy. Now, all of that is fine and dandy and exciting. However, J-Hope has some of the craziest Sasaeng fans, or stalker fans, that exist in the industry. J-Hope has talked previously about how he feels about stalker fans and that it's quite scary for him. There have been claims of times when allegedly a Sasaeng fan stole clothes from him and broke into his hotel, and even saying what color his toothbrush is. While there's no evidence of if any of these belongings are actually J-Hope's, or it's just someone that wants attention, either way, it's weird and off-putting behavior, because even if it was fake, J-Hope or his team would still see those tweets online and be quite concerned why people are lying about breaking into his hotel room. Other times there were moments where a fan would get jealous of when J-Hope or any of the members get too close to a woman, and by too close they mean celebrities. We know that Lizzo and J-Hope are definitely close, and we also know that J-Hope has hung out with the artist Her before, and people were wildly jealous of how close he was. And of course, those people who were jealous were called Sasaeng fans, because this is often what a lot of Sasaengs do. They'll send death threats or attack a girl for dating or coming near a BTS member. So of course, concerns of J-Hope's safety came out when he was on set for his music video and Shoot for More. People were concerned, as Sasaeng fans usually days within a release will leak the song and the entire track. This has happened with several songs and even yet to come. This is of course not great, as BTS's solo careers have been a concern if the individual members would be able to perform on the charts better than if they were a group. And if the song gets leaked and spoiled before the release, this can definitely hurt J-Hope's chart rankings. But this shouldn't be a huge concern, as I think of right now, the song has not been leaked and it seems like J-Hope is still safe and totally okay. I'm glad to hear that he is okay too, and always hope for the best for him. You best believe the debut will be bomb. Let me know what you think. Make sure you check out my Patreon for more videos, link down below. Thanks for this lovely comment right here. Love you. Bye.